Thinking about adding a pool or doing a major kitchen or bathroom remodel, or worse, doing something that will actually have a negative return on your investment, you need to watch this video before you get started on any of those major home renovations because I can actually save you money. You're going to want to watch this, you guys. I've got some very interesting information coming up. Some of these could actually cost you thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. And yes, you heard that right. Tens of thousands of dollars in home renovations that you will never see again. Be sure you watch this to the very end. The number one thing that's going to cost you money may surprise you. Don't waste your money on these home improvement projects unless you plan to stay in that house for a very long time, or if you just kind of have some expendable income and you're really wanting to do it to make yourself happy. But have an understanding when you're going into it that you're probably not going to see a return on your investment. Hey everybody, Stacey Hesser here, your favorite realtor in all of Oklahoma, and we're going to be talking about the top 5 home investments that my clients have regretted the most because of the negative, sometimes negative, return on their investment that they received as a result of these home improvements. So some of these might not be a surprise. Some of these are going to be a surprise, I guarantee you, because it was a surprise to me. I had no idea until I got in the business and really started to unveil and unwrap some of these home investment projects and really get an understanding. One of them seems pretty scammy to me. It makes me angry. I'm currently working with a client today that's dealing with the number one issue I'm going to be talking about on this. My number 5 is going to be some kind of window replacement or insulation updates to a home. Some of these can be inexpensive, and I would recommend doing some, but getting so far as to actually trying to create green space for you, you're really only going to want to do that to make yourself feel good, because the chances of you trying to get any kind of return on your investment on that start to get pretty slim. These aren't the most expensive home renovation that I'm going to be talking about, so this one's really kind of borderline. Window replacement, door replacement to get some better insulation value in your home. That's where the cost really starts to rise. But if you're just putting some insulation down, on the top of your garage to help improve the space, then I would probably move forward with something pretty basic like that. But more involved insulating in your home, really check on that and do your research. There may be some programs available for you through your electric company that may help reimburse some of those costs. So just be sure to check that out. This one I would really be advising you to do with education. So just make sure that you're educating yourself and trying to find the best value on this one. So, number 4. This one you're really going to want to do because you want to and you enjoy it, but adding some kind of deck or outdoor kitchen space. This is a shockingly expensive item to do as a home improvement. But again, if you're doing it yourself, if you're being savvy about how you're doing it, you can do okay on this one. And a lot of people really do enjoy their outdoor space. They spend a lot of time outside. They do out-yard barbecues. Maybe they entertain a lot. In those cases, I would probably recommend doing it. But again, you're really doing it more for yourself rather than working towards the resale value of your house. Trying to get the cost of your investment back on those kind of projects are really going to be difficult. Which brings me to my number 3, installing a pool. This one, like I said, you're really going to want to do this one for your own self, for your family, so that you can possibly make your house the gathering place of the neighborhood. But again, do so with caution because you've got insurance costs. You've got a lot of bad soil in the state of Oklahoma. So maintaining pools for a long period of time can be very costly. A lot of our pools have liners in them if they're an in-ground pool, because unfortunately we have a lot of clay in our soil. And if it's not prepared correctly, then you can end up with a lot of problems in a leaky pool, which is no good for anybody. Pools are so expensive to install, and it's really difficult, again, to get the cost of the pool back on your resale value. So again, just do this if you are wanting to do it for your family, if you're wanting to do it for your personal enjoyment. But if you're doing this as some kind of an investment project, forget it. Strike this one off the list. Number 2, this one, woohoo, can cost a pretty penny, and we are talking about a major kitchen or bathroom remodel. Do it because you are a gourmet cook. you had a kitchen that absolutely sucked. Maybe you have one of those tiny little galley kitchens. If you're looking to expand it into something bigger, that's going to be a little bit better. But never ever have I had a buyer say, holy cow, I am buying this house because this kitchen is spectacular. It's been a perk, but I haven't had a client actually pay more because a kitchen was the bee's knees. Or same goes for like your master suite bathroom or something like that. So only do this if it's extremely dated, but there's cheaper ways that you can go through and actually do a kitchen or a bathroom remodel to bring things up to date. And just installing new countertops, they're not overly expensive as long as you're savvy with your shopping. Replace fixtures, replace knobs. There's a lot of other things that you can do to make a kitchen or bathroom look better without going all in and doing a major renovation. I was actually just in a house that had a kitchen that was probably about as big as my bedroom here. This is my fifth wheel. And I kid you not, the kitchen was probably as big as this for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It was shockingly small. And something like that, I probably would recommend doing a kitchen remodel. That's a big, but it's such a huge undertaking. Just go into it with eyes wide open and understand what exactly it's going to cost you. Because it's not just about the kitchen remodel. It's about being without a kitchen for a couple of months while the remodel is being completed. So you're either going to be eating out, you need to figure out your storage, you need to figure out another cooking space. There's a lot of inconvenience that you're going to have to deal with while that kitchen renovation is taking place. So just bear that in mind when you're going through some kind of a kitchen remodel. Whereas, like I said, if you're just doing some cosmetic things where maybe you're painting cabinets, you're installing new appliances, you're putting in a new countertop and not changing the overall footprint of the kitchen, you're going to be okay. But again, it's still going to be quite an inconvenience for you as that renovation is taking place. So just bear that in mind. I've definitely seen some kitchen remodels not cost a whole lot because somebody went with finishes that looked really good, but may not have been super expensive. So maybe you can get away with some inexpensive subway tile versus some marble backsplash. So just keep those kinds of things in mind. Okay, so this brings us to our number one home renovation that has absolutely cost my client money and is costing several people in my community a lot of money to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars that the chances of them recouping are pretty much slim to none, if even in their lifetime. It's pretty wild that this is even legal. And I feel like the tactics of these sales are a little bit predatory, but I know I'm throwing around some big words here, but I'm talking about solar panels. Yes. I have a client that had solar panels installed, and I had heard how much solar panels were, but it was from somebody in another state. Where I'm at with this particular company, the solar panel installation all in was financed for a whopping $59,000. $59,000. You really need to understand the math behind this because they're financing their monthly payment on that amount of debt was over $200 a month, every single month. What was their electric bill every single month? It swung between being $100 a month to the high 200s. So there was absolutely no return on their investment with those financing costs at $59,000. I was shocked. And this was a 20-year loan. And what happens when you have solar panels installed on your house? Well, I'm a realtor. So I'm going to tell you exactly what happens when you have solar panels installed on your house. If you want to resell that house, you have two options open to you. You can either sell the loan to the next buyer if it's transferable, which most times they are. But then you have a buyer that not only needs to qualify for the loan on the house, but they need to qualify for the solar panel loan as well, which kind of counts against them. And by the way, an appraiser does not look at solar panels as being something that increases value either. So again, another ding on having this give you any kind of return on your investment. If an appraiser doesn't even see that a solar panel will increase value, I mean, you can pretty much give it up. The second option is that you end up paying for those solar panels at the time of the close of the sale of the house, because there's a lien that has been posted against your home with the county, and that lien is going to get paid for the moment you sell that house to somebody else. This is why you need to use a realtor, though, because you need to understand when you're purchasing a house what all comes along with it, or at a minimum, go through a title company and make sure that you're doing title insurance and having a title search done, because when that title search is done, they are searching for any liens that are against the home. And this one will absolutely show up, because that solar panel company, they want to get paid. So yeah, I about died over the expenses of this. And what really made me angry on this one in particular is I have seen solar panels be installed in my community on homes that are worth just over $100,000. So you're looking at a $60,000 debt on something that is worth just over $100,000. How does that make sense? I feel like that is some of the most predatory tactics that you can do, because I feel like you're really preying on people that just don't have the net worth to be able to support the justification of putting those solar panels on there. And like I said, your electric bills here in the state of Oklahoma, they're running you anywhere from $100 to maybe $300 a month for the most part. But your solar panel bill, at least in my one client's case, was just over $200 every single month. So you don't even, I don't know. It was such a sad story to me in researching this and helping my client get through this debt problem that he has with this solar panel company. And it was just, like I said, I just feel like some of the tactics here were a bit predatory and just taking advantage of somebody that may or may not have understood all of the contract terms. I think all in with the finance charges, it was going to be over $70,000. So complete waste of money in my humble opinion. If you disagree, let me know. I'm happy to hear about it. I'd like to know the upsides of it all, because this was terrible. It's just terrible. We're still trying to work through it today and work out the final details of settling it all out. But it's, yeah. Anyways, sorry, I kind of went on a tangent on that, but those are my top 5 home improvements that either have very little return on your investment or absolutely no return on your investment and even cost you money. So buyer beware, do your education, do your research, have an understanding if you're wanting to do a home improvement because you want it and it'll improve your quality of life, or if you're doing it for the actual resale value of the house, because some of these my sellers have absolutely regretted. So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you liked this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. But if you love this video, please be sure to subscribe. I upload content as often as I can, and I just enjoy having you here. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. But until the next time, y'all, bye.